Well, if I get really excited,
Well, it's an exciting topic. All right.
So these are the pines that I've been selling a lot of online to a lot of people.
Yep.
The wood cuttings.
So that's online auction. Is that just on Facebook, or are there other ones, or is
Well,
it
it's just on Facebook, really.
Bonsai Tonight
Oh, that's Jonas's thing, Bonsai.
or Bonsai? It's Bonsai Auction. Is that the?
So
So
I'm
there's
selling a lot of these to people, and I just want to kind of go over the repotting. They're an organic mix right now. The first couple of years, I was leaving them in an organic mix because I'm switching them so much, and I don't want to use up all that real nice, beautiful soil. And I kind of have a little more control when they're in organic mix. But for those of you who bought these from me, and I sold a lot of them, you really need to give them a good repotting and kind of look at the roots and kind of adjust them. And I know a lot of people aren't accustomed to handling root systems like this. A lot of you are. But I know I sell a lot of my pines to like newcomers and stuff. So people really need to understand that you can really manhandle these things and get the roots exactly where you want them. And save yourself a lot of headaches down the road. So these are wired already. They got a nice little twist to them. They got tons of roots coming out radially. The most important thing though is to check underneath, and you want to make sure that there's no roots that are coming off the left side of the trunk that go underneath over to the right side of the trunk, because that is going to really cause problems down the road. And this one looks really quite good, but you need to get underneath it and really straighten out any roots that are going back on to the other direction. And it doesn't look like there's any here. There's so much shagginess here that you're never really going to fit that into the small pot that you want to go into. All these little fine roots are probably going to die and start to rot, so I like to get rid of those as well. And really look where the roots are coming out, look where they're going, and really get in there and get them real straight. Try to get all that fine crap out of there. Because where roots rot, more roots will rot. Rotten roots bring on root rot. If that makes sense.
It's a vicious cycle.
Yes.
Well, I guess it's the bacteria that's present is going to spread.
And then if you've got a lot of overlapping or thick roots, you can cut it back, trying to leave a Y, trying to leave two roots coming out. Any dominant roots like this right here, I can cut all the way back to this secondary root right there. That'll be better. Just trying to knock out some of these real heavy roots and push them back. So that's looking pretty good. I know it looks really extreme, like I almost killed it, but that's not the case at all. I always like to put 1/4-inch pumice in the bottom of my pot. It kind of saves me on the price of akadama, and it prevents the bottom from getting real mucky. A mucky bottom of the pot is definitely going to give you some dead roots. Because any way to avoid dead roots in your soil, you want to avoid it, because that's where more bacterial and fungal problems will breed in composting dead roots. So I like to make like a pile in the center, because you really don't want your roots growing flat out. You want them falling off. So if you plant them, that's why I don't understand planting on a board, because you're going to get your roots coming off at a 90-degree angle. When for me, I always want mine to be trailing down a little bit. So you get it on top of the mound. Now, in order to hold them on that mound so the mound doesn't flatten out, you need to backfill with soil immediately. Now get that soil in there, and that locks that root system right where it is without having to pin it in with a board. A lot of people buy these and they put them on boards, which is a great technique. But if you really handle them, you can really control them. So that's not even wired in yet. So the soil will hold the roots where they are. It'll prevent the mound you've created from flattening. It'll keep the roots trailing off. And now when you put your wires over, the soil will also be in part of the tie down, so it's not going to dramatically pull your beautifully laid out root system. The wires aren't going to pull it in as much if you're incorporating the soil in the tie down as well. When you lay your roots out, if you put the wire on improperly, you can screw up the placement of your roots. The wire can pull them in. And tighten it down. That's in there pretty tight. I don't cut the wire because I might have to come in and give it another screw down. This isn't like a for sale plant or a finished product. It's a work in progress, so I just leave the wires there in case I have to time it. And then once you water it, that's what really holds everything together. Like the bonsai soil locks in together then. For me, there's no better soil at this stage than the small Akadama and pumice. In the first 2 years, for me, there's no better soil than 60 or 70% perlite with the rest being peat moss. Different stages, I need different consistencies. Yeah, and that's in there, rock solid.
There you have it.
And you know that your roots are in there just in a stellar position. Your roots are going to be, the energy of the season is going to reinforce the positive position of your roots. If your roots were all messed up and twisted over, the power of the season is going to enforce that nastiness that you're eventually going to have to make major cuts on to then try to get a good root system out of. Align them nice now, you're going to thank yourself down the road. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.